Hi everybody, so today's video is going to be on the pros and the cons of owning chickens. So I'll start with the pros. So the first sort of obvious pro is that you get eggs from them, and obviously this is a good thing if you like eggs. Obviously it's not really going to benefit you if you're a vegan or you don't like eggs or you have an egg allergy, but that is a reason why a lot of people choose to keep chickens. Also, one pro is that they can be quite friendly and they're really entertaining to watch. If you're into your gardening, this would be a good pro. Their poo makes a good compost, and you can scoop it up, put it in a composter thing, and obviously it's all natural and it's free. Another pro is if you get them from a rescue, such as Fresh Start for Hens, you're saving them from the slaughter, as they rescue ex-commercial hens that were part of the egg industry, and then when they get to 18 months old they're sent for slaughter because they're seen as not good enough. So the sort of charities like that rescue them. So that's a good thing that you are basically saving their lives. All our girls were from Fresh Start for Hens, so all of them would be dead now unless it wasn't if it wasn't for Fresh. So they all have their own individual personalities. Hello. So you can. So that's just like another good thing, because I think if they were all exactly the same, it wouldn't be as fun. So they're all different. Another pro is that they come in loads of different breeds and sizes. So you can get one that suits your needs, like if you don't want one that flies because you don't want to build a really high enclosure, or you want a good layer, or you're not really bothered about eggs, you can get ones that don't lay so much every year. And they're just so now I'll move on to the cons. So the first one is they can get ill very easily, and once they do, they move downhill. They go downhill so quick. So obviously that can be quite a problem. And a lot of vets out there don't really know how to treat chickens properly. They're not all chicken savvy. So it can be difficult to find a good vet, and it's expensive to treat them. So they are quite messy, as you can see. Yeah, they're not the cleanest of animals, but that's just if you want a really neat animal. Also, if you've got a bit of garden pride, they kill grass. If you want to have chickens roam around your garden, but you are obsessed with keeping your garden absolutely perfect, don't get chickens because you'll have no grass soon. This is a 16 by 8 area, and they killed it all in just over a day, about 2 days, so yep, a lot of grass gone. Also, they are quite expensive to set up. You need a coop, you need a decent run thing, because you can't really have them free ranging all the time, like if you're not here, like in your home all the time. And you just need all the other bits and bobs, and it just all adds up. So also, they need quite a lot of space. There doesn't really seem to be a set minimum. Brrr, you're bucking. There doesn't really seem to be a set minimum, but they do need quite a bit of space. 16 by 8 for 7 chickens is a decent size. If you're not sure, then you can ask on chicken groups, and most of them can give their opinion on whether your enclosure is big enough. Also, they eat a lot, and I mean a lot. Since the 27th of September, they've eaten around 50 odd kilos, actually more like 60 now, around 60 kilos of food, so a lot of food, and that can be quite expensive, depending where you get your food and what food you feed them. This is another thing to do with the garden pride. If they're free ranging, they'll eat anything. They'll eat all your precious flowers, they'll mess up your flower beds by scratching in them, they'll just ruin them really. So again, if you like your garden and you're into keeping everything perfect, either have them in a run. Actually, that probably won't work. Just really don't get chickens, because if you're in an area where you get a lot of foxes and badgers and just general predators like that, it can be expensive to make the setup fox or badger proof as well. And then sometimes when people don't have an effective, like properly proofed one, they hate the entire population of foxes, for example, when it's not really the fox's fault, because they do need to eat. So if you don't want your chickens to get eaten, you need a decent enclosure that's properly fox or badger proof or whatever, and then your chicken should be safe. Also, you may need to move them around now and again, otherwise the ground can get laden with parasite eggs, and then you get ill hens. If you just want hens purely for laying, they don't lay their entire lives, they will stop at some point, and then you're just gonna not really have a use for your chickens if that's the only reason. Also, lots of problems can occur, whether it be with their health, with the pecking order, with the setup. There's just a lot of problems. If you want a cockerel, they can be quite noisy, and that can annoy your neighbours if you've got any very close by. And also, you may need to, like, your council might not let you have chickens, and you might have to have permission to own chickens as well, purely because some of them can be quite noisy. Most of ours aren't that bad, it's just Chopper really who's very vocal. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope it helped you out if you are considering chickens or if you're just interested, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!